What's going on, everybody? We are back. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA wrap-up. You see it. What's going on, my brother John? How are you, brother?
I'm here. It's not Eru today.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get Eru a nameplate or something. He's gotta get complimentary seating wherever he goes, man.
For real. He may actually have to be a part of the show from now on, man. We're gonna have to probably just automatically have him on board. He's so good at all the hip-hop trivia. It sometimes scares me to come back. Like I feel like I don't know if I could do this show justice because Eru's like on top of it. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's crazy. He's like the fourth member of SKF, man. It's Ron, John, Jose, and Eru. You know, it's
word. Yeah, man. Shout out to Eru, man. Diehard Knicks holding it down all the time.
Yeah, man. Dope dude, man. Dope dude. Oh, and also shout out to Eru. Congratulations to him. You guys know that you've been following his journey. He's been trying to get everything prepared to run the New York City Marathon. He did run it. He did complete it. So, you know, shout out to my guy Eru for doing the damn thing.
Go. All right, let's go.
Yeah, Eru. Let's go, baby. All right. That guy. Okay. So guys, listen, we got another great show for you. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for every show because I think that, you know, it just the chance to be able to still talk NBA and mix it with the hip hop and get into different people's stories and just where it all starts and then how it goes from there to where we're at now and just the process. It's fantastic. And some of these conversations have been so good that we've gone into extra overtime with these people because the information is just so it's a wealth of it, and it's just talking to like-minded people about something that you love, which is hip-hop. So I can't get enough of it. So I'm definitely excited for another one tonight.
Ron, let me just let you know, today's going to be another one of those nights.
I know it is, bro. I know it is. I'm definitely excited for it, man. Well, without further ado, guys, let's not wait any longer. You know how we do. So listen, man, let's just get into it. You know, I like to say it's about time we get into a little did you know, because you know, who knows? You may not know, and I don't know. John may not know. So let's get into did you know. We'll get into it, did you know, and we'll bring our guest up. All right. So, real quick, I just want to say that did you know was basically, if it was too quick, maybe you didn't get a chance to see it. It was about Kanye West's song, You Can't Tell Me Nothing. The song was originally for Young Jeezy. But when Kanye was doing stuff on the song and mixing it, he basically deboed the damn song and took it from him. He just kept changing it around and it became a damn Kanye song. And Jeezy said, you know what? Just take it. But Kanye left Jeezy's ad-libs on the song. That's why that song is one of the biggest Kanye songs. It's fire. You guys know the production on it. But anyway, that's just a little quick did you know. But now that being said, our special guest is in the building. I want you guys to welcome to the NBA wrap-up. This is the hip-hop artist Pryclss in the building.
Yes,
Pryclss, what's going on, brother?
Peace. Welcome. Pleasure. It's an honor to be on the show, man. It's an honor to, man. Definitely, man. I appreciate you guys' platform. Yeah.
Well, we are definitely happy to have you, man. Thank you for being here. We know that you've been pretty busy. If you guys don't know, part of the reason why we're running a little behind is because Pryclss was actually, he's in the studio right now. He was on them ones and twos. But anyway, so yeah, man, you know, he took time out of his schedule to be on the show and be with us and chop it up. So we definitely appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. Let's get it cracking. I'm excited.
Likewise, man.
So what we like to do is give you a first half of the show which is NBA related, and then a second half of the show, which is hip hop related. So you know what? Let's get into the first half of the show because I'm excited to talk about some of the NBA stuff that's going on. We'll be right back. Yes, the first half is up, folks. And let me tell you, NBA action is heating up. The games are in full swing. We got the in-season tournament. Don't look to me. Look, I know this is the NBA wrap-up, guys. Do not look to me or John for any information about the in-season tournament, what it means, how it's. I don't know anything. I'm still trying to learn myself. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I'm trying to find out.
I have no idea myself. Trust me, man.
Okay,
you guys got your guess will be better than mine. What's going on right now, man?
Let me tell you something. All I gotta hear is when they're interviewing NBA players and NBA players say, "I don't know," then that's all I need to hear. If you don't know what's going on, how can I know?
How can I? Right?
Yeah,
oh,
man. But
yes.
But let's start it off with our first MBK news break. So, sorry about that. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but it's kind of one of those little hidden things about these little NBA records that are being broke. They're not really making a big deal about them, not giving it a lot of hoopla, but stuff is happening around the NBA that people aren't tracking. And apparently Steph Curry is in the middle of something right now. So let's talk about this a little bit, guys, because Steph Curry has just done something that apparently nobody else has done. So let's see how was this coined here? Okay, so Steph Curry is the first NBA player history to make 4+ threes in each of his first 9 games. Now, I know you guys are like, oh, that's just Steph Curry. I mean, this is not the great, but look, no one has ever done it. So it's a record. It is what it is. I'm sorry.
You know what? They come up with these stats like every other day. And I ask myself, how much stats, can it actually be, and how many records can you break and things like that. But you know what? It makes the game, I guess, a little bit more exciting. You know what I mean? Because when you introduce new things like that, it helps broaden the perspective and broaden just the energy to the game. You feel what I'm saying? Because then it would just be basketball, I would love it to be just basketball,
They got to do something. They got to help. Everything is a dramatization in life.
Yes,
so they got to do something to make it exciting. John, what were you gonna say, brother? You know what
this reminds me of, right? Like these are ancillary stats, right? And so what it's reminding me of is all of these new holidays that come out of now. Like today is the Baconator Day, or Beef Patty Day, and it's like, come on, son, like what are we doing? Like,
love your brother day, things like that. You can agree on that, love your brother thing, but it's just like every other day is something. Like, come on now.
Word.
I get
it. Yo, John is hilarious.
Bring your water cap to work day. And stuff like that. Like, what are you talking about?
This guy said beef patty day, yo.
And I guarantee you there's a beef patty day in the calendar somewhere.
I wouldn't be surprised, bro.
Trust that.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's crazy. No, that's funny.
Tell you,
I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but I wanted to acknowledge Steph Curry. But if there was any stat that was so useless, Steph Curry hitting 4 threes,
bro.
Dude takes like 8 threes a game. I don't know what to.
Bro, if a reporter went to Steph Curry today and said, you broke this stat, he would look at them like they're dumb. He'll be like, what are you talking about?
And I was actually I'm shortchanging him. He takes more than 8 threes a game. But continue.
I was just about to ask the same question. Like, if he broke the record in the most shots made, like what is his stats on the let's say the amount of shots taken? You know what I mean? Like in a game. Nobody wants to shine the light on those type of stats, but you know, it is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying?
They
Congratulations to Steph, man.
Yeah. They don't talk about that because that ain't sexy. How many shots he took to get there?
Right.
It's all about the makes.
but it's important too, right? It is important because you know what I mean. To the next generation, we want to teach like accuracy and you know what I mean, like really being on point with the game, not just make a whole bunch of shots you made. Like, what did it take to get there? About the misses.
You know what? You ain't lying. That, I mean, that's very true, man. Because if you took 50 shots and made 4, you know that ain't really it. You know.
You feel what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Not to mention when they go into the bargaining agreement and they all the players try to look for new contracts, they're looking at that stat specifically, like what's your percentage look like versus how many shots you put up. So it's going to affect your bag. So they should be making more noise about that stat than they are just making a certain amount of threes.
Absolutely, because it plays into the game. It plays into the rest of the game because the amount of shots that you're taking, that means the rest of your team is taking that much more or less.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So that really does count. You know what I'm saying? It's chemistry on the team. You feel me? If you're taking all the shots, then everybody else is standing around waiting. You know,
it's a true statement.
I hear you. Listen, man, you onto something here. I'm rocking with you.
Come on, man. I do this.
I was
man.
like Pryclss played in this. You know what I mean? It sounds like Pryclss did this. Went back in the day. You know what I mean?
Pryclss.
You invited the right guy on the show, man. You invited the right guy on the show. I appreciate y'all for knowing without knowing.
There you go. Sometimes that's how it's got to be. Let me do just a quick shout out to the chat. Shout out to everyone that's viewing who's not in the chat, but smash that like button for the show and show your love. But shout out real quick to Kareem Grant. Appreciate you. Space Ghost. I am Jarrell. What's good? Hector Gaston. Nick Yak in the building. Salute to you. And I also want to give a special shout out. Shout out to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights as well. I want to give a special shout out to 2 Knicks chicks who have their new YouTube channel that's on and popping. It's really dope show. So please check them out on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. It's a mother-daughter tandem, and they are fire. They know their stuff. And you might have seen Lady and the Chef on NBK before. She was at the live event. She came up and talked with us. So very dope. And also shout out to friend of the show, Michael Rodriguez, A1 in the building. Hey Uno, what's good, brother? Appreciate you. Okay, so let's get back into our regularly scheduled programming. So this one might trigger a little bit bigger conversation right here because this is, the NBA is getting a little wild with it. And man, Giannis Antetokounmpo gets ejected for staring down a player. Oh man. Now I get it. I get that there's taunting rules, right? I understand it. It makes sense. But I think they should have like a level, like a grade of what a taunt is and what's the significance behind it. Like it's all about sportsmanship and not showing up your fellow participant, whatever. Of course. Competitor. But this dude dunked, right? And all he did was stare at him. And he didn't make a whole bunch of gestures. He wasn't standing over him. It was nothing too crazy. He was just looking at him. Like, oh, I just dunked on you. What? That's all it was. And because Giannis had picked up a tech earlier in the game, it was his second tech, and he was out of here. But it's just, I don't know. John, what do you think about that, bro?
Bro, you know where I'm going, right? The NBA has hired a new HR firm, and they're super sensitive. It's ridiculous. That don't make no sense, bro. Come on, what we doing?
It's gotten ridiculous, man. From back in the days, I feel like the NBA has gotten a little softer, but right there, that just shows like firsthand, you know what I mean? Like a stare down, that's a part of the game. You understand? Like if I can't stare at my opponent, you know what I'm saying, and give him that crazy look after a good move, you feel what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like the other players, they expect things like that. You feel what I'm saying? it's the players. This is what we do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's the sport. It's a part of the sport, man. Come on. You take that away. Come on. Like, yeah, trust me, they're gonna have less and less fans. They keep pulling these stunts like this.
It's like they're trying to make it less competitive. It's like you want that competitive nature to kick in, and you have to look at somebody else in their eyes to show them, I'm about this. I'm about to give you some work. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just be like on some. So now when they first go up for tip, you know how everybody lines up and they give handshakes. What are they gonna do next? They're gonna look down. They're gonna look down at the floor.
Right.
Then,
we're gonna bow to each other. We're gonna bow to each other, and
you know what I mean?
like a sensei. Come on, man.
They're gonna jump while looking away. They can't look at the ball now. They gotta jump away. You know, like, come on.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, it's definitely is gotten over the top with the sensitivity, man. But you know, it's a reflection of the rest of the world too, because I feel like the rest of the world is like OD sensitive. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you, man. Like, everybody is like on the edge now. Like, let's say I don't like that, or I don't like, you know, like, this is your opinion. People get so super sensitive over your opinion now these days. So, you know, the NBA acting like that and being like that is no surprise either. So, you know,
it's sad though, man, because you should not be catering to this cancel culture that is what we live in today, right? We shouldn't be living in that sort of stressful environment, because now you're adding more to the fire. You know what I mean? Because now everyone's on edge because they know that at any moment I'm gonna get called out, or I'm gonna get pulled to the side, or I'm gonna be targeted. Like Giannis was targeted because now he's looking at someone, and now they're waiting for him to do something to get him out of there. Like, it's like, what's the purpose of that? To get people hot, to have different type of television. You know what I mean? So for we can look insane. They're looking for that reaction.
Like, it's almost like we have to understand that we're dealing with a team of men. This is a men's sport. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of testosterone. It's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of, say, inner things that we got locked in. You feel what I'm saying? As men, this is what we do. You feel what I'm saying? It's, you can't have a competitive sport and, you know, be shaking hands all day every day. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, it's not gonna work. It's really not gonna work. You change the whole aspect of the game right there when you take the meanness out of the game. When you take, I probably used the wrong words, not the meanness, but the what's the word for it?
Yeah,
just that competitive nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no,
you take
like
that out the game.
Yeah.
You know, you take that out the game, and it's just like, come on, man. And we seen what has done throughout the years, right? Because the game, it was a little bit more physical back in the day. You know what I'm saying? The Patrick Ewing era, the Knicks era, you know what I mean? And now you see how less physical it's been. You got more points going up on the board, 200-point games. You feel what I'm saying? Because the physicality is no longer there. So you got people throwing up, just going, you know, you feel what I'm saying? So the game is not the game anymore for me.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's 100%. You're right. You're right.
And, go
ahead, John.
I'm also afraid that of the opposite spectrum, right? Like, now me as a player, as a person of color, now you target me. Now you're waiting for me to have a reaction. My reaction may look crazy because I know I'm being targeted, right? So now are you using that against me? You know what I mean? As a people, as a generation, because now we're seeing the NBA be more world-rounded, right? They're bringing all these stars from other places, and they're a little bit more docile, right? And so now the American player, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at it a little bit more deeper, and I'm wondering, is this a play? Right now we have, especially with everything that happened with Ja, you know, and Ja being sort of, you know what I mean? So we could take it there, but I don't think they're ready for that kind of conversation. You know what I mean? But this is the sort of thing that they attempt to do to sort of ostracize our people and make us look a certain way, especially in America. Just want to say that.
I agree, because as a culture, you know, and let's be honest here, the NBA is made up of predominantly a majority of individuals I'm saying, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna put it out there, but we all know, right? So, and we like I said, it's a cultural thing. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like when you target individuals like that, you feel what I'm saying? You almost try to say, all right, you can't act like that, or you know what I mean,
Right.
like as a people, but because you know what we come with. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on, you got to be real here. You want these players to come from these neighborhoods and from these places where it's a lot of you know, it's you know, they have a background. They come with a background. Even if they're not coming with the background, they got family members, they got people around them. You feel what I'm saying? So they come with that. So you expect them to just automatically dumb it down and be changed just like that. You feel what I'm saying? That's for me, that's kind of unfair.
Right.
You know what I mean? To just have it like that. And I'm not saying that you're not supposed to be a professional. You feel what I'm saying? And act accordingly, but at the same time, you got leeway for, you know, for the culture.
Yeah. And plus you're playing a game that is high energy, so you're going to be passionate about it, especially if you care. If you care, you're going to be a passionate player, and you're going to sometimes show your emotions. Sometimes they don't look great. You know what I mean? But
that's what they ask for all day. That's what the fans ask for. Come on, give me a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, he's playing too soft. He's this, he's that. So what do you want?
Right.
Are we going with the fans want, or you know, the board members?
You make a good point. I mean, because even the respect level is not the same for people who do things in a certain way. Like Tim Duncan is a fantastic example of a person who doesn't get overly emotional. He used to play and just go out there with a stoic face and just do what he had to do. He was one of the best players in the NBA, a Hall of Famer, Mr. Fundamental. But if you ask any of the kids around that time, or even like past this point, you know, is Tim Duncan your favorite player? They're going to say no. Because they're looking at the guys, the flashy guys who dunk, who do all the other things that get people hype, that look like they got some style and flair to their game. Like that's what people want to see.
Unless you grew up in you know, in Texas, you know what I mean. If you was in San Antonio, you would
maybe that's a little different. Yeah, man,
outside of that,
different.
Right. And I see you, Nick. Back. I understand where you're coming from. Real quick, I know we're not talking about color against color. It's not about that. It's about the perception of what the NBA may want us to look like, right? And so as a people, you got to be cognizant of that attempt, and you got to be weary of that attempt, because if you're out there and you're being sort of targeted as, oh, we're ejecting you just for staring or for like silly stuff, it's like it becomes a thing, or you become a target, and then now the emotions run wild, because now you're like, oh, this shouldn't have been the case. I can't look at nobody anymore. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's like as simple as looking at somebody get you ejected. That's a little overkill. And I don't necessarily want to say they're catering to anything, any race baiting or anything like that. But it does look crazy if you come off crazy. And then now the perception of our people looks a certain way to the folks who are just watching highlights and not watching the full game, right? Because now they're going to be highlighting this reaction versus his play or that individual's play. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But think about this, guy. Let's compare who you just spoke about right now. Let's compare a Tim Duncan, right? And let's go back. Let's take it to a Dennis Rodman, right? Two completely different players when it comes to attitudes and when it comes to facial, you know, expressions and things like that. But what it doesn't take it. But the thing about that makes them both the same. They're both Hall of Fame players, right?
Right.
They both Hall of Fame. And Dennis Rodman's craziness didn't take anything away from his game on the basketball court. It actually brought more life to the NBA. His passion, his just eagerness to get to the ball thing, his aggression, all of that added to his game. You take that away, Dennis Rodman is a completely different player.
That's true.
And it's the same thing with Tim Duncan. You know, you put him him that aggression, this, that, and the third. It's no, he'll probably be a different player too. That's just how he's made up. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't really take that away from the players. You know what I'm saying? Like that takes away from their game.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I think what the NBA should do just as a quick fix, they're not going to do it this year, but maybe next year. Or I don't know if that's too soon when it comes to them and changing their rules, but maybe they should like reevaluate the normal penalty for a technical foul and have it like it's in the normal situation what a technical foul is, it still carried out the same way. But when it comes to taunting, maybe it should just it shouldn't count as a technical foul towards being thrown out of a game,
ejected,
but it should count in the same. Yeah, it should be still penalty that the other team gets to shoot 2 free throws or whatever. Like so if you want to,
but it doesn't get you kicked out game.
Correct, because obviously, and maybe they should have grades of it, just like flagrant fouls. Maybe if it's just a regular taunt. Then it's just a seamless taunt. It looked at a certain way, and it's just 2 technical free throws or something like that. But if it's an excessive, like if it's a physical taunt or something like that, then they can look at it differently. They just need to do a little bit more research on that. And I don't know, because right now it doesn't make any sense. And not only is you ejecting a player, you're ejecting the best player on the other team, and maybe the best player on the court at the time. And then so the fans, they now can't see the product that they paid to see because this guy got ejected for staring at a player after doing a great play. So it is what it is. Okay. That's the NBA right now. I don't know, guys.
Right.
All right. So we got one more thing to talk about with regards to the NBA. Obviously, there's so much going on. We could talk about the NBA for days, all the standings, the different positioning, all that, and we'll take different shows to be able to chop that stuff, down and get into it. But we try to move around and give different content. So we got one more thing to get into. Now this one is interesting. This is our first one that we're doing. This is somebody who we like to call on the NBK radar. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys know the story, but this is what's going on. There is a NBA player who had an incredible stat line, right? Now, it's a historical stat line, as a matter of fact. But the problem is because the NBA didn't do a good job tracking what was happening out there on the court. They had to take one of this person's accolades away from him. And so that incredible stat line, just because of removing that one thing, changes the whole stat line. It doesn't, it's still incredible, but it took away the monumentalness of the stat. And so we're talking about Bam Adebayo. He went out there and did the damn thing and put together a hell of a performance. You guys can see he had 22 points, 19 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and at the time it was 22 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists. It's such a rare feat in the NBA. But after further evaluation, they took a look, and it turns out one of those rebounds that kind of scurried around, they said Tyler Hero grabbed it. So there you go. Way to ruin something, NBA. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know. It is what it is. They find a way to make everything, I'm hearing a little bit of a echo. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be me. I had to take out the headphones just so I could plug in the charger.
I got you.
Right now. Pardon me.
Okay. So I wonder, do you hear the same echo, John?
No, I don't.
Yeah, we get the echo and it's coming on the live, but that's all right. We'll hang tight until you're able to trust through. All good.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean that's crazy. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Do you think like that's one of those moments where come on NBA, give it to the guy. You already gave it to him, and now you take it away. You know how many times these professional sports organizations say something happened, and then like with the NBA, especially with the referees, they say, "Oh, you know what? We messed up on that call. That was our bad." But they don't take it away. They can't. The game's over. They can't fix it. But yet you said this guy got 20 rebounds. Now after the game, you want to take away his rebound. Come on, son. I don't know, man. It's not right. What do you think, John? You think they should just give it to him or what?
It's one of those weird things around stat, because everyone's stat goes to that individual. Again, it's about stacking the stats for contract purposes. So in my attempt, I would say if you didn't get it right, keep it on the board and just give Hero the additional rebound. But they're not going to do that.
That's the point where you say the math ain't mathing.
Right.
100%. Yep. I agree. Yeah, thank you. Hit him up. Appreciate you, brother. I see you. Yeah, we're gonna work through it, but yeah, we know it exists. Thank you for pointing it out. Shout out to Robert Woodard in the chat as well. Dwayne Dennis is here. Our guy Wiz is in the building. Salute to all y'all. Please smash that like button. Show your love for the show and our special guest Pryclss. Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is, guys. Shout out to Bam Adebayo for doing the damn thing. I'm sorry they had to take away one of your precious stats because it does make a difference historically, but it is what it is. Yeah, we'll get through it, and he'll get through it. All right, so guys, I think it's time to get into the second half of the show. This is the part I've been waiting for our special guest. So let's do that. Yes. So this is the second half of the show. This is the hip hop portion of the show where we're gonna chop it up and get into the life and times of Pryclss. But before we do that, we got a little something we like to do here, Pryclss. We hope you don't mind if you'd like to participate. It's not too crazy. We got a couple questions we like to ask the guests. Like a little bit of a trivia thing. It won't take too long. And, listen, we don't expect you to know everything, but if you do know, great. It's just a little fun thing to kind of break the monotony of the show. And we like to call this. Yeah, so we got a little something called Check the Rhyme here that we're going to ask you a couple questions. And, hopefully we'll see what you know. Like we're going to give you some lyrics. And then if you can guess the artist, you get 5 points. And if you can guess the song, you get another 5 points. So let's see. I think John, we lost him for a minute, but he's coming back into the front. Here we goes. Yeah, he's just testing our in and out system on the StreamYard.
What was that?
I don't know, man. It's one of them days.
I'm glitching all over the place right now.
Yeah, we all right. All right. So, John, do you want to start with the first one?
Okay, I missed most of what we were saying. Are we in the check the rhyme?
We're just getting into the check the rhyme. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, we still getting.
Oh wait. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. I think it was when you was adjusting. I think you said you would have to adjust.
Well, no, he said that the phone is dying, so he had to put the charger in, so he had to take the headphones out.
Okay, gotcha. All right, let me see if I could go first. I'm gonna share an easy one, and so I'm gonna read out the lyrics, and you got to guess the artist and the name of the song, or the title of the song. All right, this is the first one. It goes like this. Punk pass the 40 and the blunt, and don't front. On the block, cause when you do front, brothers are getting stomped. I'm not an addict, more like Puff the Magic, than pass cause my crew gots to have it. I don't claim to be a big rap star, cause no matter who you are, you still catch a bullet scar. So listen up and take heed to what I'm saying, cause tonight, and we and my and playing. Can you guess the artist and the song? And now I just read it, so it's not sort of the cadence.
Nah, absolutely. That does sound like some 90s rhymes, though. I'm not even gonna hold you. So it gotta be
You right there.
90s.
You right there.
Oh, man. That's the 40. That can't be Big L. That's not Big
You
L.
want me to go through the lyrics again?
One more time, man. The fans are probably gonna hate
All
me
right.
for this one, man. But one more time,
Well,
please.
one more time. This is an easy one. I mean, it might be a gimme. All right. Punk, pass the 40 and the blunt and don't front on the block, because when you do front, brothers are getting stomped. I'm not an addict, more like Puff the Magic. Then pass it when I'm through, because my crew gots to have it. I don't claim to be a big rap star, because no matter who you are, you still catch a bullet scar. So listen up and take heed to what I'm saying, because tonight's the night, and me and my ain't playing.
The song is not "I Gots to Have It," right?
Ron, is that the?
Absolutely not.
I
Is
mean,
that your
I don't
final
want
answer?
yeah, I'm about to say, is that your final answer?
That's that's my final answer, man. That's my final
Okay,
answer.
so you know what I mean. You know who says you don't know? I'm sorry, man. That ain't
Hilarious.
it.
I love it, man.
But you can still guess the artist.
Okay. Shoots. And it's not Big L.
I'll give you a hint. He's from the Jersey section.
I knew that was going to be the hint he gave. I don't know if that's going to help.
Area?
Mm-hmm.
New Jersey. Redman?
Ron?
Why every time somebody says Jersey, people say Redman? Ah, man, if that were right, but okay.
Jersey is like Redman's the epitome, man.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean it is Redman, yes. And the name of the song, John, is
Tonight's the night. It was in the lyrics.
It was in the lyric.
The song was The Night or Tonight?
Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't give the song any justice by reading it the way I read it.
Man, I don't know if you know it, but this is what it's doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm gonna be asked these questions later on. So thank you.
Nice.
All right. Well, let me I'll take the second one.
All right.
Okay. You ready, Pryclss?
Let's go.
Okay. Ain't no benefits when you part time. We did enough dumb sh. From here on out, we on smart time. The love and hate joint is different from the chalk lines. Cause real are built off hard times. The odds were against us. So either I'ma be a point guard or I'ma sell hard till they pinch us senseless. They couldn't box us in, so they fenced us.
Ooh, and now this is a MIDI. This is a MIDI. It's not hard, but it ain't easy. This is the MIDI.
I think y'all throwing y'all shots. I ain't even going on these little shots at me. You know what I'm saying? So if I get it wrong, he's like, "Come on, now, Pryclss. This is a MIDI." You know what I mean? Like you could have got this, bro. Like it wasn't a hard one. Now,
no, it's not easy. But
you want me to read it again? You want me to read it again?
We need a hint because these are bars, right? And it's also, you know what I mean. It's
Oh,
not really
all right.
easy
Let me
to
read
navigate.
it again. Let me read it again while I think of the hint that I'm gonna give you after. All
Uh-huh,
right.
uh-huh.
One more
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Ain't
Put on
no
those tiny
benefits.
shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I see what you did there. Ain't no benefits when you part time. We did enough dumb sh. From here on out, we on smart time. The love and hate joint is different from the chalk lines because real are built off hard times. The odds were against us. So either I'm going to be a point guard or I'm going to sell hard till they punch us senseless. They couldn't box us in, so they fenced us. Ooh, those some bars, man. Come on.
It's a bartender.
He's the bar god. He's a bar smith.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
listen,
many hints to throw
I'm
out.
not saying he's the greatest of all time, but he might be in somebody's top 5. I'm just saying.
Yeah, dead or alive, right?
Yeah.
I got two people on my mind right now.
Okay.
Dang man, and this is gonna be bad if it's not him. Is it KRS-One?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
it could be.
Let's hear number 2.
It's not.
What's number 2?
And it's not. Oh man.
Let's say. Let's say he was relevant in the 90s and still relevant today.
It's not Nas.
Aha! I see what you did there.
Was it Nas?
No.
Oh, Nas. See, I knew he was.
I got another one.
I'm sorry, brother.
Another buzzer.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Well, I doubt you're gonna get the name of the song because you're so far off on the person. So I don't know if it's gonna happen. And this is actually one of those that it's tough for me because I've heard it before, but I don't even really remember it like that. So it's
but
a tough one for me.
This one's on his newest album. So
that's why it's tricky.
That's why you gotta sort of be on some new albums kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna hold you fellas, man. I'll tell you after this, man. But
okay.
my whole how I deal with music. But yeah.
All right. Well, the name of the song is called Pearly Gates.
That song again?
Does that help you? It's
Pearly
called
Gates.
Pearly Gates.
Pearly Gates.
Yeah, it's from a new album.
That doesn't even help me, fellas, man.
Yeah.
Gotcha. The artist, John?
Really doesn't.
That's Jadakiss.
And then he said top 5.
I couldn't do that.
Dead or alive.
Top 5.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I actually rapped for Jadakiss a couple years back too, man. So that's the funny part about.
Well, things, hey, it is what it is. It happens. John, you're up.
Bartender. All right, now I'm gonna try to do before reading the lyrics. I'm gonna go with hints. Okay. So
let's go.
Think 90s, early 90s, and took the world by storm. Okay? Just think of those things, right? All right, here we go. The flow pro-poetical with skills only a vet know better know, whereas the weather flow that's on point like decimals, manhandling new crews, partying with the zoo crew, looking for the pink in the poo-poo. I thought you knew 2 Stone style is off stamina, jamming the while we planning to jam. We bust like where the party, amateur damager, managing damaging mics, men and evening mannequins. You're a fan now, and I want to know who's the man again. Back like vertebrates, word to hey ho. The way I showed you pray I flow, steady breaking to the boogie, so bang. Time to slang bang and watch all the poo tank hang.
It just sounds
And
so funny when you don't do it with the cadence.
Right. I had to mix it up, but there were moments that I hit the cadence.
Nah, absolutely.
I heard you earlier.
You almost literally gave that away to me, man.
I was, sounds like you kind of know where we rock.
He might know where we're going with this one.
Can we and you said early 90s to 2000, right?
Right. I read like AI.
Okay. What do you think? You got a guess?
Is it cannabis?
Oh, is it cannabis? Let me check because I don't even know. Is it cannabis? Let me see. Oh, is that your final answer before?
Is that your
final answer?
I got one more hint before you even do a final answer.
Go ahead.
Generally do my dirt about my lonely.
Oh shoot. Oh man.
I'm trying to throw some alley oops.
You literally threw me the freaking you literally shot the ball for me just now. Name is not coming to my head right now.
Well, I tell you, all the little kids will be watching what they do this Christmas because Santa's going to be checking if they're nice or they're.
Huh.
I don't know what to do.
He's gonna hate himself after this one.
Oh my god!
You got this, Price. Come on, Jersey.
Listen, you first off, you're listen. You got it because you're a hip hop artist. This is in your nature. You got it. I know you can do it. I mean, I'm throwing.
Do my dirt over my I know that. I know that phrase.
Oh man. All right. Well,
it's not Tretch. It's not Naughty by Nature.
What's your final answer?
Well, if you just guess whatever, we'll rock with it.
Cannabis is my final answer, man.
You sure?
No. Hold up, I might kick myself after this, man.
Oh, you definitely gonna kick yourself after this one.
Time's running out. Hurry up! You better take a guess.
All right. Look. Let's do this. Just guess whatever. One of the two names you just said. Just guess whatever, and we'll take it.
You sure? Tretch and Naughty by Nature didn't. I do my dirt all by my lonely.
Oh, is that what you're thinking?
That's what you're thinking. That's your final.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. Yeah.
Oh man, you was on a fast track with the cannabis, man. Nah. It's Naughty by Nature.
I got it.
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah, man. I told you. I said Santa checks to see if the kids are nice.
Studio and go.
I told you Santa checks to see if the kids are nice or they're naughty. Yeah, I said it's in your nature.
Yes, you gave it. He said I gave you the alley-oop. You shot the shot for me, man.
It's all right, man.
Yo, man, this is
these are not easy though.
Entertaining show, man. I appreciate you, fellas. Man. Thank you.
But thank you. Do you have any idea what the song could be? You can just throw anything out. We'll move on.
Say it again.
Do you have any idea what the name of the song might be? I don't know if you're familiar with Naughty by Nature's song catalog like that.
That particular song.
Yeah. It's okay. You could just name anything. It is what it is. Some people may not know, and especially the way John read the lyrics, that's going to throw some people off.
And you said part of that song said well, he said taking 40s or something like that.
Let me see if this probably give it away. Men and even mannequins. You're fan again now. I want to know who's the man again. Naughty back like vertebrates. Word to hey ho. The way I showed you pray, I flow. Steady breaking the boogie. So bang bang time to slang bang bang and watch all the poo tang tang hang. The way I flow, the way I show.
I know the song.
Well, listen, just take a guess. We'll move on. I got to tell you, these lyrics is kind of wild though. Looking for the pink and the poo poo. What?
Like yo,
what?
That's definitely
Party with the
though.
yeah, party with the Zook crew.
Yeah, just take a guess. Take a wild guess.
On, man, for the fans, man. For the fans.
All right. So the name of the song is "Feel Me Flow."
Feel me flow now, holla.
Yep. If John didn't grab this, I would not know. Like when I listen to that song, I'll be jamming. I'm like, all right, but I'm not. I didn't know looking for the pink and the poo poo and all. I don't know.
The way Tretch would deliver that. You feel me?
Yeah. I don't even remember hearing that.
It was nothing like what you did, my brother.
That's the point.
Not close.
That's wild, man. Okay.
That's what makes it so hard to get. It's like because you don't.
Hey, listen, nothing wrong with that, man. You create a great structure.
All right. Normally we do 5 of these. We're gonna do 4. We got one more, and let's get into the real conversation. But we'll get this last one out. Now this one is gonna throw me off a little bit. I'm not gonna mess up the cadence because I don't know the cadence because I don't know this song. So here we go.
Come on, Ron.
I don't know it. B. Okay. As soon as the city.
Let me lay the foundation. Just
all right.
You're gonna guess. This is a duo, right? And we're talking Harlem and Brooklyn. Okay, and we're talking street, right? This is street rap, and I think that's a good analogy. So Harlem and BK.
Okay. Biggie, boom, 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 boom. No, I'm just joking. All right. So as soon
this goes out to you. This goes out to you.
I don't know how you're gonna get this one. No. Okay. As soon as the city lit, we light up the city bit. Diamonds and Lamborghinis, we hop out of silly. I brought out the pretty. She brought out the pretty. I'm standing on top of phantoms. I'm all on my ditty. Now raps cover my charms, tattoos cover my scars. I look up in the sky, hope we are covered by God. Oh, that's deep. Because Lord, we still sinning and winning is getting hard. They coming with the racketeering. My is getting charged. Them bars is kind of cold. My heart is made of stone. I wake up in penthouses. Them strippers just took my soul. My women is on the pole. My homies on parole. I slap box the devil at night. We blow for blow. Yo, these is fire lyrics. Let's go.
Now,
my bad.
Here's the kicker.
I wake up in pink houses. That woman just took my soul.
Now here's the kicker. This verse is from the Brooklyn night.
I didn't know he got down like this. This is kind of
it's a
this
duo.
kind of slick.
Harlem and BK. It's the Brooklyn night though, spitting this.
He's
I'm
kind of
talking-
slick on this.
That woman just took my soul.
Yeah. Now this is street bars. It's a tough one.
This is a tough one. I don't think I could get this. This is a rough one.
Said Brooklyn, Harlem.
And this is I think this is like a recent track. It's more of a recent track. This is something that's
So you know what we could do? We could give you a real good hint because being that this is the Brooklyn cat, you ain't gonna. It has the other hint. It has nothing to do with it. So
True.
Jim Jones is on this track,
right
with someone else.
This is not. Damn. Is it Uncle Murder?
That is a great guess, and I'm okay. Hold on. Is that your final answer?
It's a really good guess.
It is a really good guess because that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not saying if it's wrong or right. It could be right.
Right.
I wake up in pink houses. That woman just took my soul. It got to be Uncle Murder.
I could see it being Uncle Murder. So let's see. Is he right?
It's good. That was a good guess, though.
That was a really good guess. And I could see Uncle Murder might be able to come up with something like that. I'm actually surprised at who it is because I just don't think he raps like that. But I don't listen to enough of him. So he probably does rap like that.
No, he does rap like that. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The hand of God, man. Don't play.
Yeah, you know what I mean? All right. Well, let's move on. Let's give him the answer, folks. What is it, John?
It's Mano, surprisingly enough.
Mano. Why y'all ain't give me two guesses? That would have been my second one.
Well, he said it was street. There's not too many street cats from Brooklyn rapping with a Harlem dude. They coming with racketeering. You know what I mean? Like, yo.
Hey, it's all good, man. Once again, hey, fellas, I appreciate and love being on the show, man. It's very entertaining. The fact
thank
that
you.
I don't get everything right is not a bad thing either. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, it's all good.
I feel bad about it.
Don't worry. Listen, in a way, like I feel bad for some of the early guests on the show because it's fun, but you guys are kind of like the guinea pigs for the show. It's in its inception, the little quiz part of it. What's going to probably happen maybe next week or even the following week, and we'll have you back on the show later in life, Pryclss. So don't worry, you get your chance at it.
Invite me on the show again. I bet you then I'll do my homework.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do eventually, I just got to figure out the best way to do it. It's going to be a multiple choice. Okay. It'll make it easier for people. It's going to be one of these 3 or 4 songs. Okay. That'll be easier.
Right.
Or maybe we just.
That's good. What you're doing is good too, because if you call yourself a hip hop artist, right?
Right.
They always tell you do your history, right? Know where you came from before you know where you're going. So
I hear you. That's facts.
It's a great thing. It challenges me, and you know what I mean. I love the challenge. You know what I mean. Like you shouldn't have it just straightforward for the artist. But if you want to do some multiple choice,
yeah, it's also helping me with my hooked on phonics. You know, I got to practice more.
Along with the hooked on phonics, what you call it, man? The hints.
Yeah, for real. And then it's great because we're trying to figure out what's going to be the best gift to give someone at the end of the year, whoever gets the most correct answers. And so I was thinking that John and I, all of the trivia stuff that we read with the bad lyrics, we'll spit those songs and put it on wax, so you get a free copy of us rapping.
No one wants that.
That's how.
Okay, maybe not. My bad. Maybe that's not it. Anyway, all right. So let's get it cracking, man. Pryclss, definitely thank you for being here. Thank you for humoring us and being part of this whole experience. Once again, thank you for playing. All right, so um, we want to know what everybody wants to know, because a lot of people may not be familiar with you. You are Pryclss, the hip hop artist from where? How did you get here? What did it for you? What inspired you? Is there things that you can point to how you fell in love with hip hop? Where did it all start? Where did it originate?
Well, I like to correct you on one thing, man. So it's Pryclss, the hip hop yoga artist. So
Oh, my bad. Yes. Oh, I keep forgetting to say that. Yes. And that was my whole thing. I was like, how am I going to introduce him? I'm going to say Pryclss hip hop. I swear to you, that's what I was going to say. Thank you.
Trust me. Everybody gets it twisted, man. Trust me, because if once again, just like this show, hip hop yoga is something newly, what I mean, invented, something fresh on the scene. So I don't expect everybody just to get it and grab
Right.
just like that. You know what I mean? I expect to correct a few people along the way.
Yeah.
Hold on. Really quickly, Pryclss, can you give
Yes.
him the buzzer?
Oh.
You got it back.
It's a tough crowd. That's all right. It's cool. I deserve it on that one. You got me.
It's all love. It's all love, man.
Yo, Rod, drop
All
that
right.
on the special guest if you could add that right real quick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hold on. Yep. And but you can continue. With breaking it down, like how you. Yeah. I'll make that change real quick. Go ahead.
So yeah, man, Pryclss is originally born in Guyana. That's where I was born at. I was raised in Brooklyn, New York. I came up here when I was about 3 years old or so. But originally from Brooklyn, man. But I've touched down in so many different boroughs. As a kid from Brooklyn, and if you're from the city, you know what I mean. Like that was our go-to. We didn't do much traveling, what I mean, going, as we were growing up, our travels would take place, Bronx, or, going to Queens for the weekend or something like that, that was great. But me, I had family all over the place, so I was privy to be able to, travel long distance and actually see outside of the hood, you know what I mean? So that's what gave perspective on life, period. You know what I mean? And just my cultural background. I'm Guyanese. I'm from Guyana. So my family is definitely very strict when it comes to values and when it comes to culture and keeping that culture. So I believe that's what made me a better man. It gave me the best of both worlds, knowing New York and knowing the streets and things like that, but also having my values, my core values, always being there. You know what I mean? So yeah. But love with hip hop, man. At an early age, I fell in love with hip hop, man. My cousins, my family, they were, I grew up around DJs, but they were more into reggae music. You know what I mean? So it was more reggae inside and culture inside of the house. But when I stepped outside the doors, I was on the 2 train and I was on the bus, and it was all hip hop around me, the graffiti. And that's come on, man. Growing up in Brooklyn around the 80s, 90s, that was the thing. Hip hop was the streets. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so when you walked outside, you had no choice but to gravitate towards that.
Right.
And that's what I gravitated towards. Moving along the line, like I said, I was able to travel along different like that. Moving forward just a little bit, I ended up in Long Island. Yeah, I went to college, all of these things like that. Sorry, let me go backtrack just a little bit. So after high school, I went to college, and in college is where I actually really in love with hip hop, man, and actually became the artist, as Pryclss. I recorded my first song out there with a friend of mine. Her name was Angela Sims, and a producer friend of mine. His name is he's a great brother, man. Like
What was his name again?
Omari. He goes by the name Omizzle.
Okay.
Matter of fact, he actually goes on Instagram right now. He's called the African Nigga.
Okay.
Yeah, so the African nigga, man, like he's very talented,
Okay.
dancing, musically, like everything, man. He's worked with some of the greatest, man. DMX, he's worked with Bobby Smurda right now. He's worked with the whole Rough Rider clique. What's her name? What's his girl name?
Eve?
Eve?
Oh no.
Cardi
Oh,
B.
Cardi B.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, Cardi B.
Done production for her,
Wow.
things
Okay.
like that, man. So he's very well rounded when it comes to the artistry, man. Yes.
Gotcha.
So yeah, man, I fell in love with. I've done talent shows back in college, things like that, and I flunked out of school. You know what I mean? Partially because of me falling in love with the music and wanting to pursue the craft. So after flunking out of school, I came back here to the city, and it was straight to the artistry for me. So I was following my passion, things like that. And while in college though, before leaving, I adopted the name Pryclss. It was a friend of mine that gave me that name, basically just my swag and how I carried myself and things like that. He was just like, "Yo, man, you Pryclss, man. Like how you move, and if you could wear your brand new Timberland boots in 6 feet snow, and it doesn't get messed up, man. You Pryclss." So it carried with me. I said, why not take the name with me, and it stuck with me along the way, man. So yeah, man. It grew and grew and grew and grew. I changed the spelling of the name and things like that, which gave me a more unique um to it. You know what I'm saying? It further set me apart from everybody else. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's what I wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
My name is Pryclss. I consider myself unique. So how do you do that? Everything about me has to be unique, right?
So,
Yeah.
let me ask you, along the lines of this journey of falling in love
Yes.
with hip hop, were you influenced by anybody? Was there any, artists or people that stuck out to you that really made you appreciate and loved hip hop?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's the first and foremost, KRS-One, man. Oh my gosh, the bridge is over. You know what I mean? Like that was one of my favorite hip hop records to listen inside the house, man. That got me amped. When I tell you, as a young boy, like literally being like the '80s, because I'm born in '83, man. So you know what I mean. Coming up, it was KRS-One for me, you know what I mean? And my family,
Right.
they just love KRS-One, my cousins and everybody like that. So I looked up to them. So whatever they was into, I was in. So, KRS-One. And then moving forward, we got Talib Kweli, Most Def. He's one of my artists, man, that I looked up to. Jay-Z, Lauryn Hill. We can go back to the Foo Snickens, Chris Cross. Special ed, you know what I mean? Like MC Light, man, I had a crush on MC Light for years, brother.
Who
Man,
didn't?
That's a fact.
I was like, she was the epitome of a roundaway girl, man. Straight up, man. She was. I felt when I grew up, I wanted to marry that lady, man. But we move,
I hear
we
you.
get older, and we grow up, man. So but she's still when I say one of my favorites, man. Queen Latifah too. So I'm in love with hip hop, man, to the core, and a lot of hip hop period has influenced the artists that you see right here as Pryclss. You know what I
Right.
mean? And now moving forward, man, it further influenced what I've do with hip hop. It's made me think outside of the box on what can I add to my artistry. You know what I mean? That just sets me apart. My name is already Pryclss. You feel what I'm saying? My lyrics is already, I feel, already set from everyone else, because not a lot of individuals was spitting that conscious rap when I was coming up. You feel what I'm saying? Everything was all about the streets. They was like, yo, you can't make it in this rap. you gotta talk some, you gotta make some music for the club, something like that for the girls. That what you spitting, people ain't gonna gravitate towards. But I kept, because this is what I felt who I was. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for me to really stray away from who I am, you know what I mean, or talk about what I'm not. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not a gangster. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a gun toter. I'm none of that. So, you know what I mean? I hardly even curse out there. So why would I try to portray something that I'm not in my lyrics? You feel what I'm saying? So, and I just stuck with that, man, honestly. And that's what actually brought me to this point right now. You know what I mean? Once again, I asked myself, how do I set myself apart? And what I did was I added a signature to who I am, you know what I'm saying? And I added the fact that I know how to do yoga, you know what I mean? Like, that was introduced to me also by a friend of mine who introduced me to yoga. And once I was introduced to yoga, one of the first positions or moves that I actually learned how to do was the headstand, you know. And I was the head I felt great about it, man. Like, it offered me like a release, basically. When I was in that headstand, like, it felt like I was on a different high, man. My meditation, everything like that was on 1,000. You feel what I'm saying? So I was actually meditating in my house, you know, right before a show, actually. And I was just talking to myself, you know what I mean? And along the lines, I started rapping for some reason, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm rhyming, I'm like, hold up. Immediately I jumped off, I got off my head, like, and got back up, and I was like, yo, did I freaking just do that shit? Like, excuse my language. I was literally rapping on my head. So I called my boy up real quick just for confirmation. And I'm like, yo, bro, think if I was able to rap on top of my head at this show while da 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 da, he was like, what? Bro, you be the king. Like, that's ill. Like, da 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 da. So he didn't get to say two more words after that, hung up. I went to the show. I actually pulled, you know what I mean? Like, I did it in my house first, of course, you know what I'm saying? Just a couple times just to make sure I got it, you know, I'm able to do it. So I went to the show, I performed, and I did my thing. The crowd went wild. And the fact that I did it in front of a group of children, you know, show, and the fact that they gravitated towards it, and you know, they had their phones out, things like that, that just told me everything that I needed to know about what I was doing. I was on the right path. So, and that stuck with me. And yeah, months later, I said, man, you know, I'm a hip hop yoga. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop, yoga, combine the two, hip hop, yoga, man. And then I defined it also. I gave it a definition. I gave it life, you know, along the way. So yeah.
That's super dope. It's amazing that you have how long were you doing yoga before you actually tried it during that time to perform it?
8.5, I would say 8.5 years.
8.5 years you were doing yoga separate from hip hop, kind of, you know, intertwined. And that's interesting because
yes, before I actually intertwined it together, I intertwined it together probably about 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, so 7-8 years I've been actually in the yoga community, actually practicing yoga. And about it was 2 or 3 years after that, so 5 years from now, that I actually started doing it.
That's interesting because it takes a lot of breath control and physical strength to do the two. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like just
absolutely.
do the poses and to be in these awkward positions in order to keep the control of your voice, in order to perform in the way that you're performing. Can you share with us the spiritual aspects of yoga and how it connects the mind and the body and spirit?
Well, absolutely, man. I give you just my prime example. Basically, it's meditation and self-consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Like, put together. You know what I mean? It was you being able to bring yourself to a meditative state, and also being self-conscious to where you're knowing yourself too, just as well. You know what I mean? And you're able to balance all of that out. You know what I mean? Like that's basically what yoga is. When you're in, like, when you pray every day, when you wake up in the morning, you're basically in that meditative state. You know what I mean? Like, that's you doing yoga. You know, when you, before you go to bed at night, that's when you're in that state of mind. You feel what I'm saying? When you in that frequency, like that right there, that's a part of yoga too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we do these things each and every day, but we don't connect it, make the connection to what we're actually doing. You feel what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's dope.
basically, so what, that's why I had to say, you know what, I need to create a new avenue, a new place where people can feel like, yo, I'm a part of this. This is what, this is who I am. I'm a too. You know what I mean? You never knew, but you are. You know what I mean? Like hip hop. Hip hop can be, it can, hip hop is conscious as well. You feel what I'm saying? So why can't it have a yoga aspect to it? You know, why can't I bring the two worlds together?
Right.
Yeah.
And not and to be honest with you, hip hop in the space that it's in, it never really associates itself with health and wellness that much, even though you have artists out there who take care of themselves. I mean, you've seen,
Yes.
artists transform their bodies into something more healthy as they aged over time. I mean, the epitome of that is LL Cool J, right? As a young kid, he was always an
I
athletic
was just
kid,
about
but
to say that.
he grew into his body. He also made sure he always stayed healthy and hit the gym. And then you've seen Buster's transformation. You see Jim Jones's transformation, 50 Cents. All these folks actually put time into their physical body and,
Right.
in order to be more healthy. And I think it's important that we speak to that because hip hop is only 50 years old, right? And so
Right.
it being such a young uh um business, or just the uh being so young, knowing
Yes.
that as we age in this industry, as this hip hop gets older, the folks that are in the business, whether you're an artist or you're a producer, whoever, you have to take care of yourself because you're going to grow and get older. And then you have to also think about your health and wellness. And we don't talk about that enough.
No, absolutely. And we have to start someplace, right? You know, and it's a great thing that artists and themselves, they're now being more health conscious and wanting to take care of your body and things like that. But first and foremost, I believe that the major transformation that I hope to accomplish is the transformation of the mind. You know what I mean? Because that's where really it needs to start from. You feel what I'm saying? Because in order to take care of your body, you first have to transform your mind to be able to say, well, you know what, I need to be more conscious about the way I treat my body, what I put into my body. You know what I mean? And that will transfer, or into other things. But it's first transformation of the mind. You know what I mean? That's the key to it all. You know, because like I said, self-consciousness and meditation. Meditation is one thing, so I have to be self-conscious too at the same time and know what you about. Yeah.
Wrong. Yeah, I mean that's dope. Definitely. I'm the idea of just being able to do something like that. And I was always as soon as I saw it myself, I was like, man, I wonder how is he able to do this? Like, does he get lightheaded? Like, blood rushing to the brain, and but I know you've already been used to the practice of doing it because you've been doing yoga for 8+ years before you
Right.
started doing the hip hop part of it. So I mean, I
Right.
guess you already got accustomed and acclimated to it, but I was just like, that's got to be like, I mean, so difficult. But so I mean, when you tried to do it like the first, did that not bother you at all? Was
To be honest with you, you'll be surprised, right? To know that once you turn yourself down, you'll find that your organs and everything else, they actually work better. Like you'll actually receive a better flow of the blood and everything like that, because you remember that you're so right side up all the time. You feel what I'm saying? Your blood has to be able to get to the rest of your body, you know what I mean, like much more easier. The blood actually gets to the brain much more easier when you're upside down. You feel what I'm saying? as it's actually working more harder when you're right side up.
Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's wild. It's wild, man. Let me see here. Do I have a little something I could put up there just so you guys get an idea of what we're talking about here?
Like temper sometimes. Most times I'm all about that peace. Put the most high first, so I ain't got a war with that peace. The type of life that you live with the type of life that you leave. I'm gonna make sure when I eat y'all, you can be sure that it's sweet. They piece together, I'm all together, no altering this technique. I've been all that since way back, since scratching on them techniques, since gold caps and elites, hooky parties in Brooklyn, food stamps and the booklets. Look how far now we done took it. I'm priceless, baby. No ifs, ands, buts, and maybes. Rolling with the fellas, but I'm focused on my ladies. And the type of woman I love is the type of woman that'll fight. When it's dark out, she's light. I keep that fire burning all night. Peace, Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
funny,
man. That's
yeah.
crazy.
That was actually in Atlanta, outside the what center is that? What's the center out there? The State Farm Arena.
Okay.
So I was basically walking up the block one day, you know what I mean, while I was down there, you know, just doing some sightseeing, and they had the Rick and Morty setup over there out front of the place, a whole bunch of cameras and everything like that. So they were asking people to take a pose. Said, you won't mind if I take a pose doing my headstand? So they was like, a headstand? Sure, no problem. So when I started rapping, they were like, oh, he's rapping too? All the cameras start coming out. they was like, oh, can you sign up this, please? Da da da. So I'm like, all right, cool. This is a big thing.
Wow. That's incredible, man. I just thought that was dope. When I first saw it, I was like, what is this? This is different. I've never seen this before. And so how do you feel like being that you have created like a new form of hip-hop expression? It's
Man, honestly, it hasn't hit me yet, but it's fun. It's fun right now. It's a beautiful thing, actually. It's like a baby, you know, like a newborn baby, you know, that you just birthed. You know what I mean? So I'm going into, I get the growing pains of, you know, when things are not working quite right, and you know, you reach these little barriers, and you like, oh man, what should I do? It's something brand new, you know, nobody's done this before. But then I start to, if it's a brand new, you should be having fun with this. Like, there is no wrong or right. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
you create your rules, right?
you create, you just created your own lane here. You know what I mean? So I had to realize the magnitude of what the creator had enabled me to do.
Right.
You know, because honestly, man, this is a gift. I do believe it, you know, because yes, I worked, and it's partial work and it's partial ability. You know what I mean? And we all have special gifts and talents. You feel what I'm saying? And what makes us supermen and superwomen is our ability to unlock these talents and these abilities. You know what I mean? So I believe that I've been able to do. You know what I mean? So now I just gotta keep it rolling, keep the fire burning, as I always say.
Right.
Yeah. That's dope, man. That's dope. I wanna we don't want to keep you too much long because I know we've had you for a while.
Yeah.
I want to play a little bit of a track that you submitted, but before we get to that, I just wanted to real quick, and it's not a real quick answer or a real quick topic, but I did want to get your thoughts real quick about, you know, the work and the different things that you know you do in the community, the advocacy stuff, because I know you're a conscious brother and you think about a lot of things and how you can affect change and help people in your fellow community. Because I've looked at your Instagram, I see the different things that you're a part of and see all the events that you go to. So I just wanted you to speak to that a little bit about your passion for doing that type of work.
Oh man, well, I've done that type of work for some odd years now, man. As long as I've been rapping, I would say, you know, I went to school for early childhood education. Like I said, I flunked out, but that didn't stop me from following my passion, right? So I still managed to become a assistant director at the Salvation Army. You know, their after school program there, their summer program there. I was also teaching at a special ed. I've also been a para, you know, for a number of years. And right now I do ABA therapy right now, you know, applied behavioral therapy.
Sorry, I had to actually take out the headphones again. My battery was dying.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
So yeah, man. Right now I do the work, you know, and I'm able to that out. I'm able to basically have my work coincide with my music too, just as well. You know, because right now the kid that I'm working with right now, I'm able to take him to the studio. We have a song together that we actually um he has a old his whole brand is called it's called Cardis Creations, and with that we actually created a YouTube show called the Cardis Creation Show, and it's everything about what day-to-day basis with ABA therapy, you know, and working with children with autism, you know what I mean, it's showing you how, you know, how they are not that much different, you feel what I'm saying, as the norm, quote unquote, you know, and you basically techniques in how to deal with children, you know, like that, and individuals like that, you know. So we have a children's book out right now just as well that his mother actually wrote. um this book is about our relationship together, how we go on different adventures, you know, around the world. The book is called Carter and the Seven Continents. Yes, 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 yes. So
Dope.
And where can they find that book?
it's gonna be on Amazon. It'll be on all the major networks. Sorry, all the major sites and outlets out there. So just tap in with me. It's not out just yet. But mid-November it will be out for pre-sale.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean,
And yeah,
go ahead.
man. I always work stems on because I also have a hip hop foundation that's out in Uganda, in Africa right now. That's in East Africa. So it teaches the children in Uganda all about what we do up here with the hip hop culture. It teaches them graffiti, b-boy dancing, break dancing. It teaches them uh, beatboxing too, just as well. The whole art, all of the excuse me, all of the different fundamentals of hip hop. You know, we teach. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to basically just give the knowledge and share the knowledge abroad, so we can keep this thing going. You know, this thing that we love, the culture of hip hop. You know, because hip hop is celebrated all over the world, and it's no reason why we should not have a connection with our own people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, especially our hip hop community. You feel me?
Right.
So that's what I've been able to do. I send my money there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, out of my pocket. You know what I mean? It's nobody for anything. This is something personal to me. But I've seen that it's actually been able to grow because it's inspiring to other people. They want to now donate. So I started a GoFundMe, you know, for the organization, and we're able to aid, you know, to aid, not sorry, to aid the foundation, and give them things that they might need to, you know, just to help them out. Whether it's dance mats, whether it's food, the basic necessities, things like that. Yeah, man, speakers like that they might need because they have like different breakdance contests and things like that that we would sponsor too, just as well, around the community. You know what I mean? So they would invite neighboring communities to come together and actually have these competitions for the kids and things like that, man. So yeah, man, it's great. We're spreading the culture.
Well, that's
That's
dope,
dope.
man. Yeah, man. So, like I said, I appreciate you being here with us, Pryclss. We thank you for being here. The conversation has been fantastic. And we hope to get you back in the future. Any audio issues, we'll fix all that and all that, and then we'll have a better check the rhyme for you. Maybe one that you would be successful in. It's not on you, bro. We make it tough too. But it was entertaining.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
but before we get out of here, just want to play a little bit of your track. Now this unfortunately it stinks for the viewer, but this channel is going through a little bit of a demonetization thing because of the YouTube guidelines, and because of that, we have to kind of try to adhere to certain things.
Okay.
So we're gonna only play, maybe like 45 seconds or so of the track, and then we can chop it up and talk about it. How you created it and the producer and stuff. But let's play a little of this track from the artist, Mr. Hip Hop Yoga himself, Pryclss. This song is called Chicken. So let's check it out.
I've been grinding all damn week. Got 50 cents in my pocket. Trying to make $1 out of 50 cents, boy, you know it ain't logic. But I'm moving everything sweet. People swear to the Lord that I got it. Hope the Lord I get a lick today, then turn the window a profit. No more eating corned beef, no more eating Jack Mac. This new era don't snap back. Yo, attitude, you better check that. 2 shockers just blessed that. BK's where I rest at. Where I lay my hats, no stress at. Through mishaps and setbacks. Mama taught me at an early age how to be a man and control your rage. How to bang the hammer, then bang the mic. Just make sure that your chicken right. Bang the hammer, then bang the mic.
Just make sure that your chicken
And I'm like, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries. And I'm like, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry once again that it's short, but at least you get an idea. And if you want to hear more, definitely support the brother Pryclss. Go to his Instagram page, check him out. You can find him Instagram at Pryclss. It's simple. He keeps everything clean and uniform, so it's easy to catch him. His YouTube page actually is the same way, I believe.
Yeah, the spelling is Pryclss. Once again, that's Pryclss.
Gotcha. All right. So let me ask you real quick about the song Chicken. How did that all come together? How did you get the idea for that? And who did you work with on it?
That was actually the project. It was supposed to be my reinvention of myself. I did a project back in 2011. Yeah, and this one right here, I actually dropped that single back in 2021. Yeah, so it was a big gap, you know what I mean? And falling in love with sorry, not falling in love, me adopting the new style to what I do, hip hop yoga. I felt like I needed a new coming out, and the song Chicken was a my coming out party. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The track was done by production. The production was done by Dope Boys Entertainment.
Okay.
And mixed down by my brothers, Guarantee Hits. Yeah, man. Back in Brooklyn, man. So yeah, great song. I had a great time actually recording that song. It was 1, 2, 3. I was definitely in a good space. If you listen to the track, man, you'll notice that the vibe was good. You know what I mean? Everybody that listened to that track, they'd be like, yo, I, I was in that studio with you, man. You sound like you was just on another planet. You know what I mean? You was just too cool. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, that was the vibe that I was going for, man. It's a great single.
Yeah, it's got a feel good vibe. It's a feel good type song.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
what else?
what's next for Pryclss? What's the next thing that you got going on? What are you doing now or what's coming in the future?
Well, man, I'm also an actor too, so I got a couple of movies that's on Tubi and Amazon Prime right now. So you guys could check that out, man, too, just as well. That's out there. And the most recent thing that I'm doing right now is a concert that we're doing right here in Newark, New Jersey. And it's the Artists Against Violence concert. The Artists concert is being this is being promoted by the mayor of Newark, Mayor Baraka, and he's definitely got his hand in this, man. It's a concert with 32 different artists. You know what I'm saying? That's coming together to promote violence. And yeah, man, it's a great thing, man. It's a great thing. It's a great thing for the city. It's a great thing for hip hop. And yeah, man, yeah.
Do you know when that concert is supposed to happen?
Sorry, that concert is actually it's November 12th and it's from 4 to
Okay.
8. It'll be at the Newark Symphony Hall.
Okay, that's dope. So that's November 12th from 4 to 8, everybody, at the Newark Symphony Hall.
Yes.
That's Artists Against Violence.
Yes, please.
3 days from now.
The tickets are actually sold out, man. So
Oh,
listen, it's a great thing for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a great thing for us, man. And I hope to God that this continues on and we create a spark goes on and like from city to city that they have concerts like this, man, because I really feel like we need the balance, you know what I mean, especially in hip hop. You know what I mean? We
Hmm.
have everybody gravitating towards the negative type of music and things like that. We need a just as well, you know what I mean? Like, and we need more of it. I understand that there are positive artists and things like that, but we need them promoted just as much as the how would you say, the not so positive artists.
right.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. I'm hoping the concert goes great. It's a beautiful thing, a fantastic initiative by the mayor over there in Newark. So yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna be staying tuned and watching what's going on your Instagram, seeing what you got going on. And like I said, we do hope to have you back here in the future. Maybe who knows? Maybe by that time, maybe you got like an EP you putting together, or maybe you. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's well in the works right now too, just as well. I'm actually working on an EP too. Doesn't have a name just as yet. You know what I mean? But I'm just working on different tracks and different songs right now that I'm actually just compiling everything, you know what I mean? And just then I'm gonna go through what I should have on the EP and things like that. But guys posted, of course, you know what I mean? You'll be the first ones to know about it. The NBA
Dope.
wrap up, man. We right there.
Definitely.
That's right. That's right. Uh, well, John, any final words for Pryclss?
Oh man, thank you again for coming on with us. We appreciate you for coming on and looking forward to you doing your tour when you're ready for that EP.
Yeah, yeah.
The sounding board will be that sounding board for you. Um,
Yes.
and yeah, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you. And to everyone who's still on with us, forgive us for the audio. We'll work that out in the next go round. But in the meantime, it's my pleasure being on board with everybody. Stay blessed, stay healthy, and looking forward to the next one.
Yeah. I just like to point out too my location. I'm at 46 Bradford Street in Newark, New Jersey. I'm at Creative Sound Studio, man. So if you guys are ever in town and you need a fly recording studio comfortable, come check us out right here, man, at Creative Sounds Recording Studio. Thanks again fellas for having me.
Dope. Shout out to Creative Sounds Recording Studio for hosting Pryclss there, so we could have him for this interview. Appreciate you guys over there. So dope, man. Once again, I appreciate you, Pryclss. I'm gonna just drop you down. Hang tight. We're gonna close out the show.
All right.
But thank you for being here and rocking with us once again, man.
Yes. Appreciate you.
All right.
Don't go nowhere. Just stay in the backdrop.
Yeah. We'll be right back with you. Okay. All right. So let me just switch this. Sorry, guys. Boom. Oh, whoa. It's too crazy right there. There we go. Hey, there we are. All right. So once again, John, man, another good interview. you know, I apologize once again, as John said, for any audio issues we may have had. Like, we'll clean that up. And also we'll make the experience a little better and more comfortable, not only for the guest, but for the viewer when it comes to the Check the Rhyme. Because I want to make it a little bit more user friendly for everybody, make it a little more easy and flow. I want it to flow poetically and really pop. So we'll work on that. But thank you once again for being here. We appreciate you. As I always like to say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still, Knicks fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Thursday nights at 8:30 for the NBA wrap up on the Nothing But Knicks network. Shout out to my guy Sim. Appreciate you. And once again, people, I told you already, the channel's been demonetized. You guys know who Sim is to our community, all the things he does, not only for fellow content creators, but for the fans, the Knicks fans, and everything he does as far as events and stuff. So please show him some love. If you can, you know, donate a little love to his PayPal or to his Cash App at $NothinButKnicks. We don't know exactly how everything's going to work in the future. Hopefully he'll be back to being monetized in January, but it's a little time between now and then. So show him a little love if you can. Outside of Thursday night's show, you can catch me on Saturday at 11:30 for Know the Ledge, where I talk you off that ledge as fellow Knicks fans. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. And then you'll be able to see me and John once again with our brother Jose on Mondays at 9 p.m. for SKF Weekly, when we get into, you know, everything that happened with the Knicks in the previous week. We give you our predictions and all that fun stuff. It's a pretty fun time, and I think you'll enjoy it if you haven't already checked it out. So once again, it's been my pleasure. John, you've already said your thing, but anything else you want to add?
That's it, man. We out of here.
All right, there you go, guys. Listen, once again, stay safe, stay blessed. Thank you for tuning into the show. We appreciate all the love and support. And I guess we'll catch you on the next one, whenever that may be. Oh, wait, it's going to be next Thursday, 8:30. You'll see us.
Run that